So you will come to the AWS console after you sign up. What you need for sign up is just email address, and it will take you to next. Of course, at the last page, it will also ask for payment related details. Means some credit card or debit card, but don't worry, nothing will happen. Okay, first 1 year you will get free of cost AWS Redshift. So up to 1 year you can use it freely. After that, if you use it, you will get the bill. If you don't use it, you don't get bill. So no worries. So you will just pause the cluster. For example, yeah, in the first you don't get like this recently visited or something. If you start using, they will appear. Otherwise, you will get all services in the screen. There are so many services in AWS. Okay, so we don't need all, but everyone should get at least, I mean, expert on one service, because that's what in IT help. In IT also nobody is expert in everything. Everyone should have one primary skill. Okay, and that skill is the one everyone will be trying for a job. Okay, so of course secondary skill up to you. So for example, you see analytics is nothing but data warehousing. Okay, so BI analytics we call. So in that, Redshift will be there. Just click on Redshift, or I can also tell you the other way. You see here in the search box, you see here search for services is there, right? So here type Redshift, then it will come here. Yeah, it will take you here. Okay, so first time when you logged in, you don't see anything here. Here I have already clustered, so you are seeing this. Okay, till Redshift cluster available and its status and all. Okay, when you log in first time, you don't see any of these things. Okay, so you will see 0 clusters available, 0 nodes and all. So at that time, you will click here, right side, see create cluster. Create cluster. You will just click there, create cluster. Yeah. So cluster means, what is cluster? Cluster means it's a server. Okay, Redshift server we are setting up. And the architecture that we discussed, that's a cluster. Cluster means some group of nodes, that is called cluster. Cluster means group, English meaning. Okay, cluster means group of nodes. So that's what, right? AWS is MPP architecture. MPP means massively parallel processing, means more than one node will be there. So that is called cluster. Technical term is cluster. So see now how we will create cluster. Just 2 minutes job. Okay, create cluster, then it will come here. It will give some default name. If you want to change, you can give a different name. For example, company, if they want to give a different name, they can give it. Okay, so yeah, it's a production or free trial. You can also check it as a free trial. Okay, I'm telling you so that you will be creating this cluster maybe after end of the session. Okay, so click on free trial. Okay, see, when the free trial ends, delete your cluster to avoid incurring charges. Okay, so actually free trial comes with 1 year. Okay, so he is saying after 1 year, if you don't want to get any bill, you can delete the cluster. That's what he is saying. Okay, fine. So free trial comes with, see, DC. I will tell you what is this DC2. Okay, I'm telling for this class is for the to explain the node types. Okay, Redshift node types. That is today's class. So by default, it comes with free trial cluster comes with DC2 large single node. This is one node. What is the node type? DC2 large. How many nodes you're getting? One node. Yeah, because it is free. So high performance with fixed local SSD storage. Okay. So yeah, so I will tell you what is this DC2 large node and what are its resources. Everything I will tell you. Just for now, okay, you select. Okay, I mean whatever node type. Okay, fine. and just okay. While creating cluster, it will ask username. You have to give one username. Actually, username he only will specify. Okay, password you can give whatever password you want to give. Okay, so username he will give AWS user. That is the default user for free sign up account. Password is your choice. You can give anything. Or if you want to change this AWS user underscore, for example, Prasad, you can create like this, no problem. Otherwise, you can just leave it AWS user, and you can give whatever password you want. You can give here and create cluster. Bus, it will create cluster. If you click on create cluster, it will create cluster. Okay, so this is pre-trial. Okay, pre-account. Okay, for example, in the real time, it's a production account. Okay, production account means, I mean, it can be like dev cluster, QA cluster, or production job, anything, but that's real time cluster. So see here, when I click on production, you see here, after selecting production, the first option is node type. It is asking you to select the node type. Okay, so what is this node type? We studied in Redshift architecture that Redshift is a MPP architecture. MPP means massively parallel processing. Okay, so where multiple nodes are connected. Okay, so we have already used the term called multiple nodes, and what each node will have slices. So we already used this term and this kind of discussion already. Okay, nodes will be there, and within each node slices will be there, and those slices will act as a processing units, and they will process the data that is distributed to each slice like that. Okay, so okay, in real time there are different customers. Okay, that means if you take some big, you see Walmart or Bank of America, yeah, there are some very huge customers. Okay, and they will have a lot of data produced every day. Of course, at the same time there are middle or small size customers or mid size customers, or some of them are startups. Okay, so for all of them there should be, you see, for example, a node cost, let's say 50,000. Everyone cannot afford 50,000, right? Or rather, 50,000 is a high-end configuration, which is not required for like startups or small size or mid-size companies. So for different, because there are different categories of companies, so there are different types of node types available. So that means some of them are high-end configuration, some of them are medium, some of them are for small startups. Okay, or for small size companies, the node types. So yeah, those are these categories are actually. So if you click on this drop down, yeah, you will see all the node types available here. I will tell you what are those node types. Don't worry. So for now, you remember. Yeah. So these are the node types. Okay. DC2, RA3, and DS2 also will be there. But you know, DS2 was yeah, it became legacy, means they stopped this DS2 node type last year. Okay, last year December they discontinued DS2. So DS2, okay, I mean they suggested customers not to create clusters with DS2 because they stopped this node type. So if someone asks what are different types of node types, yes, you can say DC2, DS2, and RA3. Why you should, I mean, why you should say DS2? Because it is discontinued only December, last December. But you are claiming experience with more than 3 years and 4 years and 5 years, right? So that means you should know, you should say that you know that because you already worked when maybe 2 years ago when that node type was supported. So yes, in fact, because there are some customers who are already have clusters with DS2, those clusters are still running. But new clusters, AWS advised not to create any new clusters with DS2 node type. Okay, as a best practice, because there are some high configuration nodes came, which are much faster, okay, much better, both storage. I will tell you what are those new things with the new node types. So DS2, they have stopped it and advised the customers not to create with this node. But you can say what are different types of node types. Then you can say that DS2, DC2, and RA3. DC means dense compute. DS means dense storage. Why this 2? Actually, why is 2 means earlier there was DC1, DS1, something like okay, na? They may be like version or generation. DC1, DS1 was there. So after that they changed it to maybe with high caliber processing and storage. Then DS2 and DC2. Now they decommissioned DS2. Only DC2 was there. After DC2, they introduced RA3. Okay, so within RA3 these are all different categories. RA3 XL plus is there. RA3 4X large is there. RA3 16X large is there. Okay, so I will tell you what are these things. Okay, why there are different. For now, what you should know is, yeah, there are different types of node types. Okay, so node types means what? It's like CPU. What is your computer? For example, if you want to go for purchasing laptop, they will ask, right, configuration. How much CPU speed you want? How much RAM you want? Okay, how much hard disk you want? They will ask you, right? So based on that configuration, a cost will be dependent. Yes or no? The same thing. So based on your data warehouse size and how much data it will be processing every day, I mean that is what compute capacity. So based on that, yeah, we should be deciding the node types. Okay, you are processing high-end loads, means high data intensive loads, but you started with small configuration, it will be slow. Obviously, right? For example, you have a laptop with 2 GB RAM, okay, some like 120 GB hard disk. You cannot expect, high speed of internet or anything that you do on that laptop. I mean, once I think 10 years, 12 years ago, 2 GB RAM was there because I was using at the time also laptop. But nowadays, 2 GB RAM is nowhere exist. Everything coming with minimum 8 GB. Or maybe in the worst case, if it is like old laptops or something, they are with 4 GB, but not 2 GB. So that is what it is. So yeah. So yeah, DC2. You mean if they ask what are different types of node types, you should say that DC2, DS2, RA3. And in DC2 also we have two different categories. What is that? DC2 large and DC2 8X large. Okay, so yeah, I mean no need to remember, but if you remember that's fine. Otherwise, yeah, high level DC2 RA3 is enough. Okay, so but in DC2 you will have DC2 X large and DC2 8X large, and similarly in DS2 also you use it to have, you see in DS2 also you use it to have DS2 X large, DS2 8X large. But anyway, it's, you can directly say that it's discontinued. AWS advised not to create clusters with DS2, so that's fine. So then RA3. Okay, so in RE3 you have different things like RE3 XL plus, RE3 4X, RE3 16X, yeah, like that. Okay, now let's see what is this DC2 X large, DC2 large, DC2 8X large, and what is this RE3 XL plus 4X 16X. Let us see why there are different grades. Okay, so yeah, I'll come to that. So before that, based on your requirement, yes, you can select any of this node. If you want to have RE3 XL plus, you can select. If you want to have RE3 4X, you can select. If you want to have RE3 16X, you can select. Okay, or if you want something like DC2, DC2, DC2 large. You see DC2 large. You can select DC2, and if you want DC2 8X large, you can select. This is compute, but you see here DS2 they mentioned it as legacy. Okay, so AWS advised not to create with DS2. Okay, so but still there are customers because they have their clusters with DS2, so they are there. But AWS recommended to change the node types to RA3 because going forward even DC2 also will be decommissioned. Only RA3 will be there. Okay, no worries. So now you see, I will show you the difference. See here, RA3 XL Plus. Yeah, before going to that, I'll explain you about DC2 first. DC means dense compute. Okay, high performance with a local SSD storage. SSD means solid state disks. Okay, solid state disks will be there. And each DC2 large will come with 160 GB. This 160 GB is a hard disk. Okay, two vCPUs. vCPUs means virtual CPUs. Okay, means they are the processing units. Okay, so two vCPUs. And cost per DC2 large node is $0.25 per hour. Per node per hour. $0.25 per hour per node. Means, yeah, this is the least cost node within AWS. Okay, $0.25 per hour per node. Okay, it comes with 160 GB node. 160 GB hard disk storage. Let's say, you can have two nodes. For example, I select this. See here, you can select the number of nodes. You want 2, 4, 5, okay, 6 or 7 or 10. How many you want? You can select it. Okay, for example, I'll select 2. See here, for 2 nodes, how much you'll get? 160 into 2, 320 GB. Okay, so 320 GB. And for one node, $0.25 means for 2 nodes, how much? 0.25 plus 0.25, $0.5 per hour. So 0.5 into how many hours a day? 24. How many days a month? 30 days. That will be 360. See here, I'll put calculator. What is the cost of DC2? 0.25. 0.25. How many nodes you have? 2. Okay. So that means $0.5 per hour. Okay, per hour for 2 nodes. This is for 2 nodes. One node 0.25 into multiplied 2 because 2 nodes. So $0.5 per hour. Okay, how many hours you have in a day? 24 hours. Okay, like that. How many days in a month? 30 days. So $360 is the bill. Okay, $360 is the bill. So see here, $360 per month you will get your bill. So customers can easily know how much bill they will be getting at the time of creating. For example, I want 4 nodes because 360 GB is not sufficient for my business. Okay, because my data has some 500 GB. Then obviously 360 GB is not sufficient. So you want 4 nodes. See here, automatically storage changed and price also changed. Okay, so like that, while creating cluster itself, you can decide how many nodes you want. Or for example, I have 1 TB. Then you can have maybe some 8 nodes. Yeah, 1.3 TB is coming. Okay, 14. Or you see, you can also think that why should I have DC2 large 8 nodes? Better I can have 1 TB, right? So DC2 8x large. I can, you say I have changed. I think I can have DC2 8x large some 2 nodes. 2 nodes also you are getting 5 TB, but you don't need 5 TB. So I can have 1 DC to 8x large. Okay, but here you see the requirement is for production workloads, it is advised to have minimum 2 nodes because production, right? So even if one of the node fails, I mean, it should able to function properly without impacting your business. So yeah, they made it a requirement. Okay, this any cluster, production cluster, better to have two nodes. So minimum it will come with two. So if you think that no, I think I need only 1 TB, but here I'm getting 5 TB and cost also, too much, $6,900. Okay, I mean that's where people will decide, yes, I'll go with DC2, no problem. I'll go with 8 nodes. Say 8 nodes also, yeah, just $1,400. That's fine. Okay, I need only 1 TB, so yes. Okay, so but here one thing, if your data is 1 TB, it's not that you will just have 1 TB. You are advised to have minimum some 20% of the free disk space. Okay, so better you have 10 nodes, so 1.6 TB. Okay, your data storage is 1 TB, but you have 0.6 GB. When 0.6 TB means something 600 GB free space. Tell me why free space? You see, if there is no free space, your system will not function well. I think you must have observed. If there is no enough free disk space, at that time also system will run slow. Okay, because during the processing in Redshift data is automatically compressed, right? So compressed data will be uncompressed. So automatically it will occupy more space. So minimum you should keep minimum some 20 to 30% free space, because during the processing joins will happen. Okay, redistributions will happen, data redistributions. For joint purpose, data redistribution will happen, right? If both the tables data is not in same slice, or they may bring both the tables into disk. So for to support compute operations, it is advised that customers will maintain some 20 to 30% free space. So if your data warehouse size is 1 TB, it is advised that you should maintain minimum some 1.3 or 1.5 TB, so that you will have some free space. Okay, but even you have 10 nodes, it's only $1,800 per month. Okay, but earlier in this case, what happened? That is, I think, $600. See here, $6,000. So yeah, 6,900. So which is far more. Okay, so based on the cost only, and based on your data size and volume means data warehouse size, you will decide. Okay, how many nodes you want, and yeah, that or which nodes you want. Are you clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So now I will go till further. Come to Google and type Redshift pricing. So here, yeah, it will talks about all the nodes. Okay. So down there is some table. Okay, talking about I mean what will come with each node configuration, node configuration. So dense compute, that is DC2 large and 8x large, DC2 large and DC2 8x large, RE3 XL plus, RE3 4x, RE3 16x. Okay, so DC2 large will come with C main memory 15 GIB means GB. I mean, for example, you say GIB means GB memory. GIB means actually GIB means 1024, right? So GB memory is 10, I think 72 GIB. Yeah, GIB to MB. Yeah, 1074. Okay, GIB stands for, you say, GB byte. GB. Okay, GIB means GB byte. Generally, GB means gigabyte, right? So GIB means GB byte. Okay, generally GB means 1024, but GIB is 1074. Okay, fine. So the cloud is means it is more than what it is actually. So no problem. So yeah, everything in Redshift is GIB, GB bytes, GB bytes. GIB means GB bytes. So, or you can just say, I mean, casually gigabytes. So no worries. Most of the people will talk gigabytes, terabytes like that only. That is our normal usage terminology. Okay. So DC2 large will comes with two CPUs, virtual CPUs. Okay. So memory 15 gigabytes memory and storage 0.16 TB means 160 GB. What is that? 160 GB means 0.16 TB. 160 we said right here, you see it's 160, it comes with 160. Okay, if you change here into one also, you will see 160 GB. So if you convert into TB, it is 0.16 TB. And IO is 0.6 GB per second, the node type speed. Like whenever we purchase laptop, we'll see, right, what is the processor speed. Processor speed means IO per second. Okay, means how much data it can process per second. So GB per second. So zero point 0.6 GB per second. And price is $0.25. Okay, $0.25. So obviously, right, when we go to a shop to purchase, we'll first ask, okay, we will first ask the configuration and their price we will ask. Same thing, boss, anywhere. So customers also will see, okay, what is the configuration, what is the price, so that they will decide, okay, my data is 1 TB. I think 1 TB means I need some, I think 10 DC to large. Okay, so I'm getting 1.6 TB. Okay, so some 0.6 GB more space, yes, but my cost is only less. Remaining all, you will have more. Okay, more cost. Okay, okay, like that they will decide like how much they want. For example, okay, so you say I will show you one more. Okay, you have 1 TB, right? So if you have DC to large 10 nodes, you are getting 1.6 TB, $1,800 per month you are getting. Okay, but AWS recommends instead of go for DC to large, okay, go for RA3 XL Plus. RA3 XL Plus is also cheap, okay, with respect to storage, and yeah, very robust performance. All RA3 is best performance than other node types. So yeah, I will tell you what is benefit of RA3 over DC2 or DS2. See here how much he is getting, 320 TB. Yeah, that is for 10 nodes. Okay, for one node you are getting 32 TB. Okay, $781. Okay, see, I'll tell you. Earlier, how much you have? DC to 10 nodes, right? DC to 10 nodes, what is the charge? DC to 10 nodes is $1,800, right? $1,800, 1.6 TB only. 1.6 TB only, but $1,800. So we should always base our calculation based on the money, right? Finally, money is important, right? When money is the what we have to pay. So, okay, we will see within 1,800 what we are getting. Here 1,800, 1.6 TB. So, okay. So AWS says take it RA3 XL Plus. So let me see how many nodes I'll get RA3 XL Plus. So RA3 XL Plus, one node I'm getting $781, but 32 TB. Yes, I think I can easily go for two node. Yeah, RA3 XL Plus, you can have single nodes also. Okay, RE3 Excel Plus you can have single node clusters. Okay, but not in DC2 or DS2. But here also for production workloads, although it allows single node clusters, it's advised to have two node. Okay, so you can have two, but even you have two, you see, it is below 1800, right? Earlier for 10 nodes, how much you're getting? $1,800 per month. But you're getting only 1.6 TB. But here you see, you're getting up to 64 TB. Okay, and $1,563.84 per month means cost also less. And you are getting more storage. You need 1 TB, but here you are getting storage up to 64 TB. Okay, okay. I will come to there is another point you need to know. No, I will tell you that later. But yeah, in this way, you will be checking, okay, whether DC2 better or RE3. Yeah, RE3 Excel place is definitely better. Okay, so because in two nodes you're getting yeah, $1,563 within that amount only you're getting more space. But you should also see here how much IO and all you're getting. That is yeah, storage is okay, but here you see for memory how much you're getting for 15 DC2 large 15, right? So 15 means I mean 10 into 15 because 15 GB like that you have 10 nodes, so 150 GB memory. But here how much you are getting? 32 into 2, 64 GB. But you know this is actually powerful because this is built on I think some techno, yeah, what is that yeah, nitro technology. It is built on some nitro technology, which means you see, for example, you see earlier we have very big SIM cards and all, right? Or even nowadays what small chips are coming, right? Even storage you take, earlier big hard disks and all used to be there, but now with small chip cards kind of things are coming, 1 TB 2 TB. So that is latest technology. Okay, but high end processing, same thing here. In fact, they are all coming from here only. So yeah, the RE3 Excel Plus 4X, they are all very small chips and are built on high-end technologies. Okay, they are built on nitro technology. Okay, the RE3. So they are very high speed. Although they are having 62 GB RAM or okay, for example, you see for 2 how much GB per second you will get? 0.65 into 2 for 2 nodes. Arithmetic plus we are getting two nodes, right? So 2 into 0.65. So 1.3 GB per second. But here 10 means 6 GB per second. But these nodes computing capacity is very high. So we just need to see how much cost you are paying for DC2 or DS2, and within that cost, try to replace with the number of RE3 Excel Plus. That's what AWS suggests. Okay, so that yeah, these are very high-end computing because they are built on latest nitro technology. And these are all you see, these are all RMS technology. RMS means Redshift managed storage. RMS means Redshift managed. I will tell you what is RMS. Actually, why they introduced RE3 Excel Plus is, I will tell you. For example, you have created DC2 large cluster, 2 nodes. Means how much storage you will get, how much memory. For example, you see, I'll change that. Yeah, DC2 large, 2 nodes. Okay, I have 320 GB and $360 per month. Okay, let's say I'm a startup. Okay, you thought that 320 GB is enough. Okay, fine. After 3 months, your business is increased and 320 GB is not. Then you're looking for a way. Hey, how can I change? How can I increase my storage? Then AWS says you need to resize. I will tell you what is resize and all that. Okay, then you need to resize. Then you will resize to something like 4 nodes. Okay, then you got 640 GB. Then after 3 months, your business is increasing rapidly and 640 also over. Then again they suggested, okay, you have to resize. That is the way you can increase the storage. So okay, then you have increased to 6. Okay, so 960 GB. But after 3 months again, because once the business started building means it will build so fast. Okay, then this is also, then you increase it to 10 nodes. Then okay, 1.6 TB. Okay, after 6 months again this is also increase, I mean over. Then what customers asking is, I have seen most of the, hey, I don't want to resize my cluster all the time. I don't want to resize. Resize means adding nodes like this. Of course, although it will take only 15 minutes. I don't want to do that. Is there any way which I can, storage will be automatically scaled? Means storage will automatically increase as my data increases. Is there any way? For example, 1.6 now I have. Okay, tomorrow I have 2 GB, 2 TB. Okay, because my business 2 TB. But I should not resize my cluster, but I should be able to get 2 TB space. And after 6 months, I should, my data will increases to 4 TB, and I should have capacity to store 4 TB. Is there anything like that without resizing cluster or adding nodes? Here you see what I'm doing here. I'm just keep on adding nodes. I started with 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10. Like that, I'm keep on adding nodes here. But that's what customers, I don't want to add like that, boss. Tell me, is there any way I can automatically add this more storage, or storage will automatically scale or increase? Scale means increase. So that is the reason the RA3 nodes they have invented. In RA3, what happening? Even you take single Excel place, you will have storage up to 32 TB. Okay, 32 TB you will have storage. But your customer has only 1 TB, right? But you are given 32 TB with RA3 Excel place. So that's fine. Tomorrow 1 TB will become 2 TB, no problem. You no need to change the node. Same node will accommodate. Tomorrow 2 TB will become 4 TB, no problem. Your node has the capacity to accommodate up to 32 TB. So that 4 TB will become 8 TB, no problem. You no need to resize or change the nodes. So it can accommodate up to 32 TB. Okay, so even your business is growing, data is increasing up to 32 TB, you no need to resize. Or for example, you have started your cluster with 2 RA3 Excel plus, then up to 64 TB itself, you no need to resize your cluster. Even you start with 1 TB, yes, you can. Tomorrow your data become 2 TB, yes, no problem. Tomorrow your data become 5 TB, yes, no problem. You will not change your nodes. The same nodes will accommodate up to 64 TB. After 64 TB only, you have to add nodes. But a customer with 1 TB, 64 is very high, 64 times you have given. So like that. Okay, then somebody may ask, for example, I have created one RA3 Excel plus. Okay, so yeah, this is my cost and this is the storage I have given. This is called managed storage, RMS, RA3, right? So RA3 storage is called Redshift managed storage. So RMS, okay, but somebody may say that, hey, I have only 1 TB requirement, but you have given me 32 TB. Okay, so what I want 1 TB storage. Okay, but with this node I got 32 TB storage. Then people will ask, do I charge it for 32 TB? Obviously, right? So will I get bill for 32 TB? No. You, for example, your storage is only 1 TB, you will be charged for only 1 TB bus. If your storage increased to 2 TB, you will be charged only for 2 TB. And you know, this 1 TB storage, 2 TB storage is other than this cost. See this cost, other than this node cost. For DS2 and DC2, there is no separate storage cost. But here, storage is separate, node price is separate. Node will come with this price. But yeah, this is automatic storage, right? So auto scaling means you can use up to 32 TB. But you will not pay to 32 TB in the beginning. Whatever your actual data, for that only you will be paying. If you are only using 1 TB, you will pay for 1 TB. If you are using only 2 TB, you will pay for 2 TB. If you are using 3 TB, you will pay for 3 TB. If you are using 5 TB, you will pay for 5 TB. So, but as your data is increasing, you no need to add nodes. That point, please remember. No need to add nodes. Okay, but even your data increases up to 32 TB, yes, the same nodes can accommodate, and how much data you are using, that much only will be charged. And how much it will be charged? 0.24 per GB per month. I mean, that is the storage cost. Anyway, no need to remember this. What you need to remember is in RE3, because it's auto scale, means your storage will be charged separately. Okay, but it's auto scale, means managed storage. Managed storage means as your data increases, yes, it can accommodate. It can accommodate. You no need to
So what is
resize or change.
Aqua?
I will come to Aqua later. Okay, that's a separate concept. Okay,
Yeah, save more than 60% of your cost by purchasing the reserved funds.
yeah, that is reserved. That's again separate concept. Don't worry. Okay, I will touch each and everything. That is again reserved pricing. Okay, there is another concept called reserved nodes is there, right? So that is to reduce cost. Okay, so reserved pricing is there. Okay, how you can save the cost. Okay, so yeah, those are all different concepts. It will be covered. Today's concept will be understanding the types of nodes. Okay, so yeah, aqua, reserved pricing, everything will be covered one by one. No worries. Okay. Yeah, the purpose of this class is have you understand what are the different types of nodes and what is the difference between. I mean, first question, what are different types of nodes? Have you understand?
Yes.
Hello. Okay. Hello, Prasad. What about you? Hello, Prasad. Have you understand what are
Yes, sir.
different
Yes,
types
sir.
of nodes?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And what is the difference between DC2, DS2 and RE3? DC2, DS2, they are all same. And another one is RE3. What is the difference between DC2 and RE3? That point, are you clear? I think you may not be clear,
Yes, sir.
but yeah, I will tell you again. See, okay, so okay, so anyway, I'll show here only. What I said is in RE3, you have to pay separately for the storage. You see, this cost is there, right? This is node cost. But apart from that, you will also need to pay storage cost. If you are using 1 TB, 1 TB cost you have to pay. If you are using 2 TB, means your data warehouse size, you have to pay 2 TB storage cost also. Okay, and
Sir,
this is the
sir.
yeah. Tell me.
Suppose I will use 1 TB. 1 TB means 1024 GB. 1024 GB into 0.024 GB cost. That means, sir,
Yeah,
I will use
right,
1
right, right.
TB. 1024 into 1024 GB into they charge that only, sir.
Yeah, $0.024 bill you will get for the storage. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So, but for example, you see in RA3 or in DC2, there is nothing like, separate cost here. You see, there is nothing like separate cost. Total, you will get 160 GB, and till 160 GB, you will get $180 per month. Whether you use 160 GB or 10 GB or 50 GB or 100 GB, you will get, same bill. For example, you have, 10 nodes. Okay. So you will have $1,800 per month, and you can use up to 1.6 TB. That's all. There is no separate storage here. But if you want more than 1.6 TB, what you have to do? You have to add more nodes. For example, uh, I need to add one more node. 11 nodes I added. One more node I have added. Then your rate also increasing. Okay, your storage increase. But let's say I want one more node because you want 2 TB. Let's say, then you cannot. Only option is you have to resize. Resize means add nodes. Okay, I have added 11 to 12. Then my rate also increased. Then I got only 1.9. Okay, I think I have to add one more. Yeah, 2.1 TB. So here you have to do resize all the time if you want more storage. But with RE3, but here you see there is no separate cost for this. Okay, so because anyway you are adding node, right? So they are getting amount there because every time you are adding node, so that you are getting price there to the company because every time you are adding node. But here in RE3 Excel Plus, for example, you have one node. Okay, this much only you are pricing, you are paying. But here you have 1 TB, then you are paying only for 1 TB. Then if you have 2 TB, then you will be paying for 2 TB. If you have 3 TB, you are not going to add more nodes. Here you see same one node only, but you have capacity up to 32 TB. So when you need more storage, you are not going to resize or add more nodes. That's what actually customers want. Because we don't want to add all the time nodes. Tell me if the storage can increase automatically. Yeah, this is what increase automatically means. It can give you storage up to 32 TB. Okay, you can start with 1 TB, 2 TB, 5 TB, 10, up to you. But up to 32 TB, you don't need. But let's say you have 2 nodes, then you don't need to add up to 64 TB. But here in RMS means Redshift Managed Storage, whatever storage you are occupying, that will be charged additionally than this cost. This is only node cost. Okay, the storage cost will be additional. Is that clear? Hello, Somnath.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Clear or no clear? Doubts? Anything you can ask?
No doubt, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay.
Clear, sir.
Okay. Now, yeah, I can better understand with another example. Yeah, so just type in Google Redshift calculator. Everything Google, okay? AWS put this so that customers will use it. Okay, so AWS Redshift calculator or cost calculator, you can type anything. So you see, open this link, AWS pricing calculator, and in that yeah, create estimator. Then it will ask for which service, then type Redshift. Yeah, this is what. Okay, configure. This is Redshift. Okay, calculator. Here you see region. Yeah, you can select North Virginia. I mean, whatever your cluster you want to create. For example, you see my cluster is in North Virginia. Okay, so generally by default we will be using North Virginia. I mean, we will be working throughout the globe. So based on the customer, it can be anywhere in the world. So you can select that region and see here we have one node, number of nodes you give here and give the node type. Okay, DC to large. Okay, DC to large. See here, it will show 2 vCPUs memory. It will get 15 GB. Okay, 15 GB. I mean, let's say I will take 2 nodes. Okay, yeah. So okay, on demand. Yeah, whatever we are creating, that is on demand. You said right, reserved. See here, it will come reserved means I will tell you that separate concept. I will tell you. Okay, now everything is on demand. Right now, let us discuss on demand. So now you see, show calculations. How much we are getting? $0.25, $365. I mean per month. What is this 100? Utilization on demand. With utilization, you still have to stop the instance to get the cost benefit. Utilization only affects on demand pricing for instance, and not the storage. Okay, percentage utilization per month. Okay, 100%. So yeah, you will get $365. Yeah, per month. But if you see additional storage, you see Redshift managed storage, there is no cost. Here you see there is no additional cost you will incur because in DC2 or DS2, okay, even backup cost also there is nothing. You will not get anything. Only whatever nodes, how much will come, that's all. That much only you will be paying. You're not going to pay anything for storage. You're not going anything for storage. For example, let's say you are using 10 nodes, okay, like the example I said, 10 nodes. Yeah, so yeah, $18.25 you will be paying. Okay, what is this storage you will get for 10 nodes? 1.6 TB, right? So you will get that 1.6 TB. Okay, but there is no additional storage cost here. You see, you will not get any additional storage cost. Okay, you will be paying only that $1,825 only as your monthly bill. Okay, but let's say you are using not DC2 RE3 XL plus or RE3 yeah XL plus. And how many we said? Okay, I think we said let's say one only, one RE3 XL plus. Okay, so you will get 4 vCPUs, 32 GB RAM. I mean that is the, I mean you can use RAM. This is the 32 GB RAM you will get even for single node. Okay, so on demand pricing, yes, $792. But here you see Redshift managed storage. What is your data? 1 TB, right? 1 TB means 1024 GB, right? Or you can put 1 here. You can change to TB. You can do anything. Okay, one is here measure is TB, or you can put 1024 GB. Okay, so you see here, and this is the charge we set at 0.024 per GB per month cost. Okay, so yeah, Prasad, you asked right, per GB per month 0.024. Yeah, that is what applied. So 1024 into, that is GB, that is 1 TB into 0.024 USD dollar cost per GB per month. So this is the storage cost. This is the storage cost for 1 TB. So it will be added to your bill, which we'll see here. So your node cost is 792 and storage cost is $24. So these two together you will get $817 as your bill. So that means in RE3, that's why it is Redshift managed storage. In managed storage, for example, tomorrow your data became 1 TB, became 2 TB, means 2048. No problem. So only your storage will increase, storage cost will increase. Okay, so earlier it's $24, now it's $48, $49. But still you no need to resize your cluster or add nodes, nothing, because you already have capacity up to 32 TB. 32 TB comes right with RA3 Excel Plus. Yeah, RA3 Excel Plus you'll get 32 TB. So even this 4 GB became, let's say 2 GB became 4 GB, means 4096. No problem. Only your storage cost only will increase. You're not going to add more nodes. So this 98 will get added to your instance cost, and total you will get this billing. So this is the difference between DC, DS2 node types to RA3. In RA3, you will pay only instance cost when setting up the cluster, and storage will be extra. And storage, although you get 32 TB for single node of RA3 Excel Plus, and you see you will get different prices for each node. See here RE3 Excel Plus you will get 32 TB. For 4x you will get 128 TB. For 16x you will get 128 TB. But you are not going to charge for 128 TB. You will be charged only for how much storage you have. That much only you will be paid in RE3, any of the class. For example, if customers are high-end customers, they will go with RE3 16x large. And it costs $13 per hour. Highly costly. But still, customers are using RE3 16x, even 40 nodes cluster like that. I have seen 40, 60. They are paying 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh dollars every month. Yeah, because their business demands that much high-end configuration. And I have seen customers using DC2 large, 2 nodes or single node. Yeah, single node not possible, 2 nodes like that. And I have seen customers using RA3 Excel plus single node cluster. So yeah, in real time, anybody can get started just in 2 minutes. Okay, and they can pay least possible price to the cloud. That is the benefit we said, right? So if you don't want, you can just pause the cluster and you don't get the bill. If you want, then you can on the cluster or resume the cluster and you can pay for whatever bill you get. Okay, so earlier, yeah, DS2 and DC2 were there, and while purchasing nodes itself, whatever price that comes, that's all. There is no separate storage cost. But if that storage is over, you have to add more nodes to get more storage. Okay, but later on, customers only demanded that, boss, we don't want to add more nodes, but give us a way by which storage can be automatically accommodated with increasing data. So RE3 node types came. So in that, for example, even you create one RE3 Excel Plus cluster, Although you have 1 TB, no problem. Even you have 2 TB also, no problem. The same node will accommodate. Same single RA3 XL plus will accommodate. Okay. So even you have 4 TB, no problem, because up to 32 TB, you can run the show. So if you cross 32 TB, then only you can make one RA3 plus to 2 RA3 or whatever it is. Or for example, you have single RA3 4x large cluster, then up to 128 TB, you no need to increase nodes. But let's say you are using only 10 TB out of 128, then you will be paying only for 10 TB cost extra. You are not going to pay additional cost further. You are not paying for entire 128 TB. Or you are using only 1 TB out of 128 TB, then you will pay only for 1 TB. So all that will be shown as per this calculator. Okay, so they will automatically come in the bill. Are you clear with Redshift nodes, node types?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so DC2 will have two subcan DC2 large and DC2 8x large. RA3 means Redshift managed storage. Okay, Amazon Redshift managed storage. Okay, the storage called RMS. Okay, RE3 nodes. Okay, so they have RE3 XL plus 4x and 16x. And why different categories? Because each category will come up with different storage and a different RAM, different IO and all. That is why they will have different pricing also. Same thing, how we think when we go for purchasing a laptop. So based on configuration, price will change. So here based on configuration, the speed will change. Okay, obviously. So and how the customer will decide based on his storage, he will decide. He has let's say 160 GB or 300 320 GB, then he will say I think DC2 large is fine for me. Let's say he has 1 TB, then he has the option I can go for 10 DC2 large or I can go for 1 DC2 8X large, or I can go for RE3 XL plus also, because I know it add nodes up to 32 TB. But if he go for DC2 large, as soon as he crossed 1 TB, he has to add more nodes, add more nodes, add more nodes. Let's say he has 1 TB and he chose in DC2 8X large. After 2.5 GB, I mean 2.56 TB, again he has to add more nodes. But with RE3, it's not like that. Up to whatever this high capacity, you no need to add more nodes. At the same time, he is not paying for the entire storage in the beginning. He will be paying only for the storage that he is occupying or using. Okay, so this amount, this bill will automatically come as per this. So we will advise the customers. Okay, so use this calculator. So and check how much price is getting as an estimate. Or of course, while creating here itself, we'll get. While creating the cluster itself, you will get. For example, I want to go for RA3 XL plus 2 nodes. Okay, yeah, I think I'll get, not I think, this is the correct billing. Okay, yeah, he will get $1,563.84 per month, but storage extra. Okay, and storage will be calculated, 0.024 dollar per GB per month. So if he has 1000 GB, means 1024 into 0.024 GB per month. So you will get that much billing. And how to calculate? Then you can direct him to this cost calculator. So you tell him, okay, you have 2 RA3 XL plus. Okay, then to its cost is 1585. Okay, that's fine. And backup storage, yeah, managed storage, you have 1 GB, not 1 GB, 1 TB. So 1024 GB, or let's say 1 TB. Let's say 1 TB. Then also same calculation, 1 TB means 1024 GB. See, it converted into GB. Yeah, 1024. Okay, 1024 into 0.024 GB. Okay, per month, per GB per month cost. That's all. This is your monthly storage cost. So this will be added to your monthly bill. See here, this is the instance cost. This is the storage cost, and your bill will be this one. Bus. So even tomorrow your data increases to 2 TB, no problem. 3 TB, no problem. 5 TB, no problem. You're not going to add nodes. You don't have to worry about it, adding nodes and all this stuff. And you know, this RA3 is the latest technology. It's built on Nitro technology, so it performs faster. Like, you know, we are getting the, you know, even our debit cards and all coming with chip, right? Some chip is there inside. So they are faster because they're coming up with new technology. So same thing. These are all okay. They are faster. So they're faster, and customers are getting low cost. Okay. And every time they no need to add nodes and all this stuff. Adding nodes means obviously they may have downtime of some 15 minutes. Okay, even that is not required now. They are avoiding that also. So anyway, don't worry. I will be telling you how to resize nodes or adding nodes and all this stuff in the subsequent classes. Okay, cool. I think we are done for today. Do you have any questions?
No.
No, sir.
Okay, then. See you tomorrow, same time. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
So tomorrow no, I'll not be able to attend because long weekend, right? So Monday is a holiday, so I am going for a vacation for 3 days.
Okay, no problem. We'll meet on Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
Good.
yeah. We'll meet on Tuesday. Prasad, you work on SQL. You know, the more you work, that is the good for you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, you create the cluster. Okay, the way it is said. Okay. Yeah, I think Somnath, you can drop off. We'll meet on Tuesday.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Tuesday same time.